Hey everybody, it's Amanda. It's time for the January 2021 Q&A for Patreon. And we only have 3 questions this month, and I couldn't think of any other ones. Actually, I didn't even try. Anyway, all right, let us get started. And as always, if you want to take a couple of breaths with me while I get in state, it works. I don't know. Sometimes I can do the announcement and then pause and then come back. But then I look all sleepy and stuff. Anyway. Okay, got the questions ready? Take a couple of breaths with me and we'll get started. I can make the questions or the answers a little longer since we only have 3. All right. Christy says, I'm ready for a revolution, ready to live in a world that prioritizes the health and well-being of its inhabitants over profits, extraction, and power. I'm ready to have all the ways people are being manipulated to be revealed so that a greater awareness and power can be restored to each person. What can I and others who are desiring to live in a world like this do to bring about this kind of change? We would say that when you are in a state where you desire certain outcomes and a certain outward experience, you must resonate with that experience. In other words, you cannot look at things you consider injustice and resonate at a level of justice. And so there are several parts to this puzzle. Part 1 is to realize that this is a great opportunity for you to determine take it piece by piece, determine what angers or irritates you about a particular aspect that you do not prefer, and look within yourself to see where you have had that kind of experience in your own life. When you look at your experiences from the past, you can see where you learned that things were presented to you in such a way that you didn't believe you could change how they were. So for a child who is told, you will have this role because you are female, and you will not be able to break out of this role. It is not possible. Even if you were not told precisely those words, you take in clues from your environment, from the way people talk to other people, from the way people are portrayed on television and movies. All of those add up to your personal understanding of how you will be treated in this lifetime. And so, even though you may understand this, it is not enough to understand it. You have to no longer resonate at that frequency. You have to treat everyone within your life as if they are free to be whoever they want in whatever the way they want and experience their lives in whatever way they wish to experience it. Currently, there are many people who are immersing themselves in a story about a particular event or a particular person. And they are gathering evidence, so to speak, that their opinion is the correct one. But we say that this is precisely the same as collecting evidence from your surroundings as a child that tell you who you are allowed to be. And so to give yourself the gift of having the life you want in the way you want it, it is perhaps ironic for you to know that you have to allow everyone else to experience, perceive, and choose the lives they wish also to experience. We understand that this to you looks like you are allowing the opposite of what you want to occur while you sit back and do nothing. And if you are simply doing this because we say so, then you are correct. But if you can examine how you have formed your personality, or how your personality was formed for you, shall we say, and then understand that others also had their life experience presented to them, then it may perhaps be easier for you to allow that they must come to their own understanding or not, as they choose. We will also say that the events that you see in your world that prompt your desire for change are designed, for the most part, to advance the understanding of those who have never considered that they have been shaped by their environment and the opinions of others. And so you, in your role as first waivers, as they call them, is to understand how to accept them and accept their path now, so that you may set the example when it is their turn to integrate the understanding and in this way you all constantly evolve. Now, we also understand that inaction looks like you are not evolving. But the evolution is ever inward. And so, if you can integrate, if you can pinpoint what feelings and experiences shaped your desire to change others so that you may live in the world you wish to see, you will live in the world you wish to see. You will stop having a mirror of those things that are within you that you have not observed and integrated. We understand this also seems unlikely and illogical. But what we can see that you cannot is that every individual truly creates their own world. Your choices and your evolution shift you, so to speak, into we can only say an alternate form or alternate timeline of events. If you understand that all possibilities are open to you, you will be able to move yourself into a timeline or dimension or creation of your own that looks the way you most wish to experience your life. But if you focus on that which you do not prefer, you will never achieve it. The keys are to understand the emotion, the impulse, to integrate those things, and then allow yourself to see how your new perspective has changed your outer world. It is not an easy task because you wish to take a physical action, because this is a physical realm. But the point of evolving is to learn something new. And this is the next level of processing and integrating. It is deeper and more complex and more difficult than you are accustomed to. And so we give you our support. And we look forward to seeing you take this next step. I'm going to have to rewatch that. Okay. And here's something interesting. I'm listening to some music on my phone, and every time they would start to talk, my music would cut out. And then when they would pause, it would come back on. That's so weird. Okay, question 2. Lin Wood, Trump's lawyer, is he of the light? Is he going to successfully expose the truth? Crazy thing. Let's see if I can, just a sec. See if I can get it to work. Okay. Lin Wood, I don't even have a visual of that person. I don't know who he is. She is. He. Okay, it says he. We would say that there are many truths to be exposed. And we would say he will expose them by acting in a way that makes you consider your own heart, your own feelings. In other words, he will continue to perpetuate confusion until you have given up looking here or there for the answers. And we will say, it is good to give up looking to others for answers or solutions, because you are the only one who knows what you consider truth. Mr. Wood's version of truth is very different from anyone else's version of truth. There is the version of truth you believe, and there's the version of truth you manufacture for others' benefit or for your own. So you must decide what version of truth you wish to be presented to you. Again, we tell you that your focus should be on what you wish to see in your world. And we say should only with the understanding that if you are trying to accomplish this, then you should do that. It is within your abilities to continue to look to others to provide the answers to things you consider problems there. However, you do not evolve this way. If you do not ask yourself why you are searching for your own heart outside of your own body, then you will never know that it has always been inside of you. If you always look for the truth outside of you, you will not find it, and you will be dissatisfied. It is like putting a penny in your pocket and then searching for it on the ground everywhere you go. Where's the penny? Who can show me where the penny is? Who can tell me where the penny is? Only you know where the penny is. It is in your pocket. You put it there. It is so with your life. You put your guidance within yourself for this incarnation, and your evolution is to discover it within yourself, not to look for it in someone else's pocket. Okay, one more. How does memory work? That's a good one. They're all good ones. As usual, there are never any bad questions. We will tell you, again, there are many parts to the answer here. What you call memory is made up of physical memory, or what you call muscle memory, that which your body learns by moving and acting in certain ways, behaving in certain ways. There is a brain sort of memory where neural pathways are created with repetitive beliefs. And this can be compared to, we would say, a metal ball being rolled over the same section of sand again and again and again until it creates a channel. Or water running over the same area of earth over and over until it creates a channel. This is how your neural pathways in your brain are created. And those guide or influence your behaviors for this life. But you are also gifted with a connection to all that is, connection to collective consciousness. And you can either tap the collective that has incarnated on Earth, or you could tap a wider collective that is galactic, or you can tap an even wider collective that is multidimensional, and on and on. You have access to everything outside of the Earth experience, to collective knowledge. Intuition is only a hint of that knowledge. With practice, anyone can be taught, anyone can learn to access the knowledge of the all. And that is what we would call the true memory. Because every experience, feeling, sound, sight, smell, every aspect of every experience, every kind of experience here, as well as every kind of experience everywhere else and every other place that exists. That is the collector, so to speak, of all memory. And so when a physical vessel no longer functions here on Earth and you call it death, every experience from that life is saved, so to speak. It is saved within the fractal of the all, we will call it. You call it the soul or spirit. And that part of the all that returns to the all, returns with all of the experiences from that life. And that is true memory because it is a recording of every piece, every molecule. There's nothing left out. And so it can be revisited, it can be shared with others, and they can experience that particular life as well. They can understand how that fractal, that person, as you call it, experienced their life. And so we think it would be interesting for all of you to wonder about another being, whether earthly or otherwise, and their experience, and then practice connecting to that part of the memory of the all so that you can experience that understanding for yourself. You all have the ability. It is only a question of whether you have the interest to pursue how to go about connecting, and understanding the collective memory. That's it. That's all they said. That makes sense. I can't, it's easier to translate channel, like to get the understanding from them first and then like sort of explain it from my perspective rather than like directly channeling their words, because I'm trying to understand it just like you guys are trying to understand at the same time. And anyway, that was interesting. So I hope that answered everybody's questions. If not, I'm happy to like have a discussion about what that means from a 3D perspective. Like, how do we look at it from a 3D perspective? If you guys would like me to do that, maybe we could do a live like thing just for Patreon people where we just discuss like the Q&A, or we just discuss things. Let me know what you think, and have a good week. Practice integrating. Is that what they said? Integrating something. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting week is all I know. So let's make it a good one, and let's focus on, that's what they said, integrating and shifting to the timeline or dimension where the outcomes we want happen. All right. Much love, you guys. Thanks. Bye.